Michael, Mr. Buffer, you've been part of so many rich fights, being part of them. Is there a mega fight that you can think of that, resembles, that reminds you of this one, Canelo Triple G2? Or the first one, actually.
Yeah, going into this fight and going into the last one, I remember when Oscar fought Felix Trinidad, and for the undisputed welterweight championship a few years ago, like 20 years ago maybe, but out of the ring.
Going back to the first Canelo Golovkin, everyone tends to focus on that bad card from Adeliene Byrd. When you were given the scorecards, what was your reaction when you saw that score?
I'm handed the entire, it gives all the scores for all the rounds when I see it. So the first thing I did was I just wanted to make sure there wasn't, that I could see any errors in the addition, or just maybe an error. It was an extreme card. It was a bad scorecard. There's no doubt about that.
What are you expecting to see this rematch?
But you got to remember this: that judge scored it the way she saw it. What can I say? The days of you're always going to hear this stuff from the guy in the barber shop or whatever, where somebody got paid off him. That's very hard to happen these days with in our electronic world and the ability to follow somebody's bank account and what they're buying and spending. It was just scoring that didn't match the others. Then it was very extreme in its the way it went.
Well, hopefully we see a knockout this time around, so we won't have to go through that.
It's a possibility. I think each fighter wants to be very definitive in their performance, and they don't want it to go to the scorecards. That said, it could go to the scorecards with a definitive score. In other words, if somebody really steps up, gets some knockdowns, has somebody in trouble, and just really pushes. I think they've both shown that they can really take a punch. So a knockout would be, to me, I'd be surprised to see a knockout. I think it goes to a decision, but somebody has to make it a lopsided decision to be, so everybody says, okay, that happened. Where we know the scorecards were right.
Is there a fighter from all the fights, either current fighters and past fighters? Is there a fighter that you think, what, this is not only such a great fighter, a boxer, but a great human being?
Yeah. I've seen quite a few guys like that put charities in their name. They make millions of dollars. They contribute to the social need and the social good, and there's quite a few guys that do that. Boxers may like to punch people in the face, but I think when you're in the business with boxing and meeting a lot of these guys, they're deep down inside, they're real gentlemen, and they remember their families and they remember the circumstances that got them where they are. So there's quite a few guys that I really admire for what they do outside of the ring.
Going back